issue I have with this movie is that it's called Tron Ares. Tron is not in it at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
There's no Tron.
And with Disney's
Hmm.
track record, I went in with very, very low expectations. And I'm not gonna lie, it exceeded my expectations. I actually really enjoyed this film.
He's done lots of good movies. He's won an Academy Award. I don't think it's fair to judge him on that one movie.
Coming out of the theater, and I looked at my friends. I was like, "So, Jared Leto's cool again?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah."
Like, I need to go watch this in 3D. It was a very 3D heavy week for me.
The creature just wanted some swamp ass. Yo, why
Or
was
the
he even
actor's
in
name.
this movie?
Right? Yeah.
Like, he's a really good actor, and he just shows up and goes, dies.
Yeah.
Real quick, everybody, before this episode starts, we just wanted to tell you guys from the bottom of our hearts that we love you guys, and we would really love it if you loved us too. That's a weird way to say that.
Yeah, that is weird. That's okay. We love you.
No, but for real, if you like this podcast and you want to support us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, give us a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or what else are we on? Amazon. Do those things for us, and we would truly, truly appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So do that, please. Okay, bye. Thanks.
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Welcome to the Cinema Rolls Podcast. Today, we will be discussing and reviewing Tron Ares. It is directed by Joachim. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's just spelled like Joachim. Honestly, Joachim. I think it's pronounced Joachim. And there's a slash in the O in his last name. So it's like, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it looks like Ronning. Looks like Joachim Ronning. But there's like I said, there's a slash in the O in that last name.
Interesting.
Don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, so I'm sorry if I totally fucked that up. It's written by Jesse Wigito. What is with these names? David DiGilio and Steven Lisberger. And then it stars Jared Leto, Greta Lee, and Jeff Bridges.
Cool. And Jared Leto also produced the movie. He had a big hand in the movie getting made. So.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you, Jared Leto.
Yeah. What? I like the movie. I should do a little synopsis first, right?
Yeah. You want synopsis.
But yeah, so the movie is about two corporations, if you know Tron, Encom and Dillinger, and they're in a race to see who can find this source code, sort of, to make programs come to the real world and stay here and be sustainable. That's the movie. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Jared Leto was fine. I know a lot. He's like the big question mark in this movie. That when I talk to people, I'm like, I don't know, I want to see this because Morbius. I don't know what it is. I did not like Morbius. The movie's terrible. I don't think that's entirely his fault. He's a good actor. He's done lots of good movies. He's won an Academy Award. So I don't think it's fair to judge him on that one movie. But yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about Jared Leto as well, and I think people disliking him or liking him as well, but I'll talk about it later.
Yeah. But as far as his character in this movie is, he is kind of stiff, but he is also a computer program that's learning about the world, and he comes off as such, and he learns and grows with the movie, and so I think it suits this character, and it's not a negative on him or his acting ability. Greta Lee is good. I think the only thing I've seen her in was Past Lives, but that was a great film.
Love Past Lives, yeah. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, It's a good movie. Um, as far as the story goes, they kind of so I love Tron, like both movies from the '80s and Legacy in 2010. Um, you don't really need to see Legacy to understand this movie. Um, I would suggest you watch the first one from '82.
Right.
There's a lot of callbacks and little Easter eggs spread out throughout the film. But I kind of don't like that you don't need to see Legacy because I really like that movie and I like the characters and I don't know what's going on with them. Like they like kind of go over it in the opening credits about the Kim sisters becoming the CEOs of
Hmm.
Encom. But I don't know if I missed it or what, but like why? Who are these girls? These two Kim
Yeah.
that like
It was very quick.
why are
Right at the beginning, it was like,
yeah.
bam, here you go.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the CEOs now. What happened to Sam? I don't know. They showed like an article that I couldn't read. There's a picture of him and Quora, but I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if you know this, but Garrett Hedlund is a big Tron fan, um, and both him and Cillian Murphy said that they did not want to do this film. Apparently, the third movie was in development for a long time. It's called Tron Ascension. And I don't know what happened, what was going on with the story, but they're like, this is not good. We're not doing it. So both of them dropped out.
Interesting.
Um,
I didn't know that.
I don't know about the guy who played Tron, but that's another thing I have. Another issue I have with this movie is that it's called Tron Ares. Tron is not in it at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
There's no Tron.
Yeah.
And I'm a little upset by that. Like I thought there would be a Tron or a version of him or somehow. No, he didn't show up at all.
Yeah.
So a little bummed out by that. But the score was good. Nine Inch Nails did a good job.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they live up to the last film with Daft Punk and Tron Legacy,
Right.
but they still did a decent job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it kind of seems like I'm a little on the fence, but I did enjoy this movie. So there's that. I like it.
Cool. Right on. Let me take a sip of my apple juice before I get my review.
Yeah,
Check out this cool
Mhm.
mug I got from Halloween Horror Nights. It's
I was gonna say that's cool.
I always pronounce it Halloween Horror Nights because that's where they
There's
go.
lots of horrors there.
Yep,
It's an excuse for them to dress like that, right?
exactly. Anyways, my review of Tron Ares. I'm not gonna lie, I went in with pretty low expectations. Okay, like because Disney hasn't been producing the best stuff lately. I like Tron, but I'm not a huge fan. Like some people might be. I like the first one. It was before its time, and it was pushing the boundaries of VFX
Mhm.
at a very early stage. The second one, Legacy, I liked it. It's cool. It's I feel like it's all vibes, you know? And then so this movie I wasn't really expecting it to be much more than the last one, to be quite honest. And with Disney's
Mhm.
track record, I went in with very low expectations. And I'm not gonna lie, it exceeded my expectations. I actually really enjoyed this film. I loved all the themes of AI and what it means to truly give something artificial life, like and intelligence similar to our own, with feelings. And
Mhm.
I loved all the VFX and all the on-site locations. Like it was a real city with real buildings. You know, it was
Yeah.
pretty cool to see them turn the city grid into an actual like a Tron grid. You know,
Yeah.
pretty dope. The I think it does a pretty good job of pretty seamlessly blending all three of the movies. Yeah, like I said earlier, the first movie was ahead of its time, and it implemented a lot of themes about computers and video games, which at the time were just starting to blow up and become like household things, which
Mhm.
I think brought like fears to a lot of um, parents. Just like any new technology that children gravitate to, I feel like it comes with some backlash, you know.
Mhm.
And then The second movie, I think like I said, it wasn't the best movie, but the aesthetics were good and the music was dope. And they started playing with the idea of programs becoming sentient beings, and being able to come to our world. Like that kind of left you with that idea at the end of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie, I think it does a really good job of continuing those themes, by one, reflecting our current societal ideas and fears of what technology is and what it could be, and then adding to those already established themes that exist within the franchise by asking the question, what does it mean to be permanent or, in actuality, impermanent?
Mm-hmm.
And two, it had a sick-ass soundtrack as well. Nine Inch Nails killed it. So it exceeded my expectations. I thought it was pretty good. And yeah, that's I was surprised by it.
Cool.
You want to go into ratings?
Yes, I will go into ratings. So I saw this movie with a good friend of mine from high school. His name's Stephen Beaton. So hi, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
But yeah, after the movie ended, he asked me, "So what's your rating?" And at the time, I told him maybe 7.5. I'm as far as the story goes, and even with the last one, the story wasn't the greatest. But I've been thinking about this movie most of the day. I love that like I said, it has all these callbacks to the first film, which I love the first movie.
Yeah.
So the fact that it honors the first movie so much, I am going to give this an 8.
Nice.
I think if the story was a little bit better, had they incorporated some of the stuff, more stuff from Legacy, it could have bumped it up to a 9. But yeah, I'm going to go with an 8.
Yeah. That's funny. That's literally like, so I went and saw with a bunch of my friends as well. I don't even know how many there were. I think there's probably like 8 of us total, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Did you go see it?
good amount in that photo.
Yeah, and my friend Frankie's a huge Tron fan, so he like ahead of time he was like, "Who wants to go see Tron?" And he was like probably almost 2 months ago, and so we bought our tickets forever ago. And then when we came out of the theater, he was like, "It's like, all right, what does everyone give it? Like, what kind of rating out of 10?" And I was like, probably like a 7.5, 8. And I was like, I was actually surprised how much I really liked it. And I have a friend, Robert, who's big into Star Wars. He's super big into Star Wars. He's always cosplaying as Boba Fett, and he actually his Instagram name goes by Buddha Fett, and he makes Boba Fett helmets as like for commissions. And he actually goes to cons and will do a whole panel just on Boba Fett. Like he's like a Star Wars expert. Wow. Honestly. Like yeah, he's like an encyclopedia. It's insane. But he also has very, very strong opinions when it comes to like new Star Wars stuff and you know, things like this. So I was actually interested to hear what he would say about this movie. And he and I had similar thoughts. He was like, I was actually surprised how much I liked it. He's like, Disney has been putting out the best stuff. And he was like, he's actually gonna want to see it again. He's like, I don't know if there's been a Disney movie out in the past, I don't know how many years since that actually felt that way about. And I was like, yeah, like that was like, I kind of feel the same way. I'm excited to go see it with the kid, you know, like, so yeah, I think it's a solid 8.
Nice.
I have a theory, Eric. I didn't know all that stuff you told me earlier about, what's his face? Not wanting to come back.
Cillian Murphy and Garrett Hedlund.
Yes. What's his name? Something Hedlund, right? What?
Garrett Hedlund.
Garrett Hedlund. So I always confuse him and the guy that played in Vikings, and then also the dude.
The dude that's in Monster now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember his actual name.
Or is that is that the same guy?
Sons of Anarchy, right?
No, so those guys are different guys, I think. So all 3 of those dudes, they all look the same to me, bro, and I get confused with them.
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
I'm thinking of.
Right, and then there's hold on. This is gonna actually be kind of funny, I think. So I'll pull it up.
They're all white guys with blonde hair, right?
Yeah, with blue eyes. And maybe it's racist, but they all look the same to me, bro. So the guy I'm talking about He plays Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings, and his name is Travis Fimmel. Him,
I know
Charlie
that.
Hunnam, and Garrett Hedlund. I swear, bro, they all look the same to me. I can't tell the difference. So, anyways, I have a theory. Like Garrett Hedlund might not have come back. So you're saying that they had another movie in the works and then they scrapped it, or they didn't really like go follow through with it?
Yeah, it was kind of like in development hell for a while, you know.
Yeah,
Like they had ideas, but it kept like getting retooled and pushed back, and
yeah.
eventually they just dropped out because they didn't like the direction it's going.
Oh, okay. So they dropped out of that one, but they didn't say anything about this
Yeah,
one, this new one.
I don't know if they've mentioned or if they've talked about this movie at all, but I know Jared Leto, also another big Tron fan, and so when they dropped out, he uh, jumped
He
in and
picked it up.
kind of took over and changed
Yeah.
it. So he kept aspects of that film. Um, but I guess Jared was also, I don't know. I saw an interview with him. I don't know if he was offered a role for the last movie and didn't take it, or if when they were developing the third one, if he was offered the role and then things kind of fell apart. Then when it came back, he jumped on. I don't know.
Okay.
But when he got the chance, he took it. He's like, I'm going to do this. So I think he's a big part of why this movie was even made.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I saw.
but you said he had a theory.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that kind of destroys my theory. Actually, I didn't know the entire context of it, but I was thinking like
Uh-huh.
perhaps they dropped, they didn't want anything to do with this Tron Ares movie, and Disney probably put the little thing at the end with the photos, like he's like as if Ares is looking for them. In
Oh
hopes
yeah,
that maybe by the next movie they'd be more willing to come on.
yeah. Well, I haven't heard anything about Olivia Wilde and her being in, or why
I mean,
she's not in this
it's
one.
been
So
so
maybe,
long. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah,
I totally get
maybe
it.
she will come back for a third. I don't know about the others. As far as Disney goes, you were talking about Star Wars and stuff. The theory, and I think it's probably the most accurate, is Tron Legacy came out in 2010.
Mm.
They did a TV show, Tron Uprising, which apparently was really good. People seem to love it. I kind of want to watch it now
I
after
wanted to check
doing
it
some
out. Yeah.
research. Um, but it was canceled like 2012, 2013, around the time Disney bought Star Wars. So
Uh,
the theory is Tron Legacy and all this Tron projects they were doing wasn't doing as well as they were hoping. And
yeah.
Tron was like the closest thing they had to a Star Wars. Then
Yeah.
they bought Star Wars. Now they have it. And so they put all this money into Star Wars. They didn't do a great job with Star Wars, as a lot of people would
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah.
They kind of fumbled there.
Yeah. They do.
And so Tron Ascension was put on the back burner until they had all their attempts at Star Wars. It didn't do so well. Now now they put out another Tron.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I feel like when I watched the first Tron, I was like, I feel like they really thought this would be the next Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they did.
With all the color themes and the lights and you know what I mean?
So again, with the first one in Disney, the guy who I think he's the same director, but he had this idea, and it all came from Pong, the video game Pong. He saw that he
Mm,
had this idea to make a movie, like what it would be like inside the game, and originally the movie was supposed to be all animated, like all computer animated, and then
mhm.
they switched to a mix between
Partial
live
live
action.
action and
Yeah, and he was shopping it around, and no one wanted to take it. They thought it was risky. They were afraid, like computers, and people were afraid computers were going to take their jobs and stuff.
yeah.
And Disney had recently put out some movies that didn't do so well, so they were thinking that this would be their Star Wars, that they're
Yeah.
going to make something new,
It's gonna blow
and
up.
it was new and it was innovative, and they pushed boundaries, and it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't do well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic because people found it after the fact.
Yeah. That sucks, yo. Yeah. I like it. I feel like story structure wise, if you compared it to Star Wars, I think Star Wars definitely has a better story.
Mhm.
I think with Tron, I think it's mostly vibes. Like it's like
It is a
it
lot of
just the
vibes.
aesthetics are just cool, you know? Like
They are very cool.
yeah.
Speaking of vibes, Kevin Flynn's apartment above his arcade in that first
So
movie,
cool.
so cool.
So cool. I
I would
want
love
it.
to
I
live in
want
that
it.
apartment.
Yeah. Anyways, this actually is a good segue into our fun facts thing since we're already kind of talking facts here.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really look up too much fun fact stuff. I actually watched a few interviews to try to get some kind of information. Um, but I did find out that the original movie, speaking of the original movie in
Mhm.
1982, it was disqualified for a VFX Oscar because
Right.
they considered using computers as cheating,
Cheating. Yeah.
which is fucking crazy being that that's all what VFX is now, you know what I mean? Like it's like
Right.
everything is CGI, you know?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
So I have lots of facts apparently. 'Cause I've been watching and listening to Tron stuff
Fire
for
them
the past
off.
2 days. So first, I have a little thing here. Just little fun facts. First, Playboy wanted to do a collaboration with Disney for this movie.
What?
Yeah, they wanted to like have a layout of models and like circuitry, uh,
Oh, let's do it up. Let's
like
do it.
outfits,
They didn't do it, huh?
and Disney was like, "Nah."
Ah,
Obviously,
that would have been so cool, though.
yeah. Jeff
Jeff Bridges?
Jeff Bridges kept his helmet from the original movie.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, it was really uncomfortable and it was hot because of the lights and stuff, and
Yeah.
like, and it caused him to like have some hair loss. But by the
Oh,
end
really?
of filming, he actually kind of like grown attached to it, so he kept the helmet. Um,
Dang, I'd be kind of
another
pissed if I lost my hair from that shit.
yeah, another weird fact that I have here is the laser, that
That beams them up?
turns them like that beams them into the computer.
Uh-huh.
First off, I have a question about the laser because it doesn't make sense to me. Which this fact actually kind of answers it a little bit. The laser, the guy in the first movie, he tells you how it happens. It breaks the thing down into molecules and it's held in a laser, and the laser teleports it into the
Transfers to the
computer,
data.
and there it is. But like, I'm a whole person. If my molecules are all in a laser and then it goes into a computer, how does it fit in a computer? There's a lot of mass right inside of this little thing. It doesn't
Right.
really compute with me.
Yeah.
But if you look at the laser, there's these like silos, like little like canisters at the base
Uh-huh.
that is supposed to hold the physical like
Like your
chemicals
organic
and stuff
matter?
of yeah. So that it would hold the like oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and all that makes up your body.
Sounds
Is in these,
gross.
right? But yeah, apparently they consulted with like scientists and stuff, and they're like, this is what would kind of make sense scientifically,
Interesting. That's crazy.
right?
It's almost like you don't need to get rid of the entire physical body. You know, it's almost like you just transfer your consciousness. I feel like that'd probably be
Yeah, you would
a
think
better way to
that,
do it.
yeah,
But they wanted to put you in a game, so there you go.
yeah, you had to physically be in there,
Yeah. That's funny, yo.
but not all of you can go inside the computer. When you're in the grid, different programs have different colors, and apparently the colors all mean different things. Which the two main ones, blue and red, right?
Uh-huh.
Blue are programs are loyal to the users, which I've never understood the term users
He fights for the
because
users.
because programs look like they're users as it says, but it's actually they're programmers, the people that made them. Because
Oh, right. Yeah.
if you make a computer program, I'm assuming you're making it for multiple people to use. So there'll be lots of users of that program, right?
Right. Yeah.
Not just the person who created it, but everyone who uses a computer is called a user. And but the blue guys, they're loyal to the users. The red ones are loyal to programs like the MCP, SARC, and the sequel to Clue.
Okay.
Yellow ones are like hacker programs, which I
Interesting.
think is what Flu was in the first one. Because you
Right.
see him in the beginning and he gets destroyed.
Yeah.
There's green ones, which I haven't really seen a lot of green in the
I don't
movies.
think I've ever seen any green ones.
But there's purple too, but I don't know. I don't know what
Mace
purple means.
Windu's.
What I have here is what I can kind of figure out from different sources of what they might mean. Green is for like military and or medic programs. But I don't know.
Okay.
Orange are corrupt programs, and the white ones are the ISOs, which is what Cora was, which is
Oh, right.
not a program that was made by a user, but they just kind of show up.
They just
Yeah,
kind of
the
created
grid.
themselves, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, they just like kind of like evolved from
They-
whatever. I don't
from
know.
black matter of data
Mhm. Yeah.
or dark matter, right?
So as I was saying before, I like the callbacks to the first movie. So in this movie, when they're launching the new game, Space Paranoids, the guy who's going to go up there and talk, he puts on a cowboy hat, and the girl takes it off him right away, which is a callback to the first movie when Alan goes to visit Kevin Flynn, and he's like one of the best programmers in the world, and he's here playing Space Cowboy. He's at the arcade machine playing
Oh, right.
Space
Yeah.
Paranoids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's killing it. Everybody's surrounding him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did that. There's the oranges from the first movie. The first thing you see get digitized is an orange.
It's an orange.
And in this movie, in the beginning, when she finds the permanence code, they print out an orange tree.
Yeah.
And then you also see that then in the movie as well. Yeah, let's see, what else do I have here? There's 3 different grids so that we know of.
Yeah.
There's the original grid in the first movie. There's the grid from Tron Legacy.
Right. And
then there's this new grid that's the Dillinger grid.
Right. I don't know why I kind of assumed the one from Tron Legacy was like the same one as the one from the first one.
Now, they say in the movie that it's a new grid, that he makes a new grid and he's doing this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The ISOs, I don't know where they are or why they didn't include them in this one at all.
They weren't there at all. Not even in
Yeah.
the I guess they wouldn't be in the old grid, they'd be in the new grid. I guess they
Yeah.
didn't really go to the newer grid though.
Or maybe
right?
the Dillinger grid is like too like crazy that, because in Kevin Flynn's grid, he's trying to make the perfect system.
Yeah.
It's harmonious. So maybe because of that, these things were able to evolve in some way.
Yeah, I think also
I would
too
assume,
Flynn's grid is probably way more advanced than Dillinger's.
yeah,
you know?
which that's another thing I was going to say, because like in Flynn's, when they talk, you don't really hear this. At least not that I can recall. And I just watched the movie recently. But in this one, Ares and the other programs in the Dillinger grid, their voices are a little distorted.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another cool thing, I'm trying to not talk about everything because I do have some things I want to say for final thoughts.
Okay.
But there is a short in the Tron Legacy Blu-ray special features,
Okay.
and it's just a screen, and you see a guy typing, like you see the words typed out on the screen, and it's supposed to be Cillian Murphy's character, which I'm assuming is Evan Peters' uncle,
Okay.
because he's supposed to be Dillinger's son.
Yeah.
In the second movie, and this guy, he's Evan Peters' character is Dillinger's grandson.
Right.
And, you see his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Cillian Murphy is this guy's uncle, but the assumption is Cillian Murphy's character is talking to what you see is Master Control, so the MCP from the first movie.
Yeah.
Well, he refers to him as Dad, which is interesting, and he's telling his dad about something that Garrett Hedlund's character did recently, which, because he always was messing with the company and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him wearing a shirt that says Flynn lives.
Right.
And so he sends that to his dad, and his dad's like, "Oh, is this a problem?" And Billy Murphy's character says, "Should it be?" And Master Control's like, "Well, he is a Flynn, so look out.
All right.
But yeah, that was just a little short thing.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because in this movie, the roles are kind of reverse. Whereas Evan Peters' character is like the master controller. You see him in the computer, and he's like this big face,
Yeah.
like MCP was.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but it's just
Right.
interesting how they're all connected. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting because in the first movie, yeah, the master control is just pretty much the Dillinger dude, right? But it's not actually him. It's just like his
Well, the
program,
Dillinger
right?
dude is kind of like being controlled by the master control.
In the first movie?
Yeah. So he's the head of he's like the face of the company, but
Yeah.
secretly it's actually the computer program that's running
That's
everything.
running
And he's
everything.
telling him, you're going to do this because I want to have access to the Pentagon. You know?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah. End of line,
Mhm.
which is how he ends the conversation.
That's right.
And is the name of the club that they go to in Tron Legacy.
Nice. Some connections there. I like it.
Yeah. Connecting all the dots.
Yeah. I actually pulled up. So, yeah. All right. Sorry. You still going? You still have more facts?
No, I'm
Are you
good.
holding-
I'm
are you-
good. I
hold
want to
off?
save stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I pulled up some stuff on IMDb, and one of the things was in typical Jared Leto fashion, he spent the entire shoot in character as Ares,
Mhm.
and he wouldn't speak to anyone unless necessary, and having everyone refer to him as Ares.
Mhm.
And Jeff Bridges was the only person that didn't follow this rule.
That didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, reasoning that since his character, Kevin Flynn, is the creator of the grid, he's therefore above Ares and can call him whatever he wanted.
Yeah. He started calling him Air.
I love Jeff Bridges, yeah. That's so funny.
Jared Leto actually wrote character and called his own cut when his first scene with Jeff Bridges because he couldn't believe he was doing a scene with Jeff Bridges.
Oh, that's funny, yeah. I could see that. That's awesome. Yeah, he seems like a huge fan of this. I didn't realize he was a huge fan of Tron like that.
Yeah.
Apparently he saw Legacy, and I guess the character Ares was in Legacy, and he told, because Disney had reached out to him, I guess, to be in it, and he was like, I like this character Ares. If you guys ever do a thing with this character, let me know. And then like years later, they were like, I don't know if he reached out to them or if they reached out to him, but they ended up doing it, and he produced it. He seemed like he had a big hand in it. I want to get onto my whole Jared Leto rant real quick.
Oh, do it.
Speaking of Jared Leto. So Jared Leto is a talented motherfucker, okay? I think he's a great actor. He can sing. He's got a band, you know, like he's like a rock star and an actor at the same time. I first like realized who he was in Requiem for a Dream. That was like the first thing I saw him in, that I was like, who is this guy, you know? And he kills it in that movie. And then he kills it in a lot of other movies. Dallas Buyers Club probably was a very recognizable one that he does a really good job in. And I remember at the time, everyone loved Jared Leto. And what really was his downfall was when he got casted as Joker in Suicide Squad. At least the beginning of his downfall. And nobody really liked that version of Joker. And honestly, I don't think it's his fault, to be quite honest. I think the first Suicide Squad movie is not that great. And it was poorly written. If the whole movie's poorly written, I'm sure the characters are also poorly written. So I think the Joker was just poorly written, and he got handed a shit deal pretty much. And he just did his best to do what was his job, to play this shit character, you know?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, while he was doing that, right, he was trying to, I don't know if he's always done this or if that was starting with the Joker, he started doing method acting. and
Mhm.
he was I feel like he was like trying to be like Heath Ledger. You know what I mean? Like where like
Mhm.
Heath Ledger, like he literally in a way drove himself mad. You know, and locked himself in a hotel room. I feel like I can almost understand that more than what Jared Leto was doing on the set of Suicide Squad. Like Heath Ledger
Yeah.
was trying to get into a mental like psyche to understand his character, whereas
Yeah.
like Jared Leto apparently was just like sending dead rats to people and
Yeah.
being
He's just being weird.
and like whoa, I'm crazy, bro. Like here's a dead rat, you know. Like what the fuck is that, dude? That's not method acting, you know. So I think he was like really trying to and I think that's another thing too is that when not characters when actors are that good at acting and they say their method or whatever, like it almost it almost adds to their mythos.
Yeah.
Like oh, he's method now, like he's an insane actor, you know. So
Yeah.
I think that's what he was kind of trying to do, really. I don't think he was actually method acting. I think he was trying to like add to his mythos so that he can hype up this Joker character he was playing. But the Joker character he was playing
Yeah.
was shit, so it didn't do well. And so that was like the beginning. And then I think after that, and I don't know Jared Leto well, but this is just from an outside observer looking at it from a far perspective. But like I imagine when you're doing that well with your music, you're doing that well in acting, you know. Did he get an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club?
I think so. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, when you're doing that well, and then you kind of get knocked off your pedestal, I'm sure that's kind of hard to deal with, right? And so I think he just got
Yeah.
kind of weirder, right? So like people started to realize Jared Leto was a weird guy, and then I think there, yeah, and he had. I think he also has. I'm not sure if he still does, but didn't he like start a cult?
Yeah. I don't know if that's like real or if they just like called it a cult. I don't know. But he was in the desert with his fans. I don't know what they were doing.
So yeah, I guess he had like some kind of cult, which was also weird. Not so he starts adding all this weird stuff to his mythos, that people
Mhm.
aren't really vibing with, and so now Jared Leto is on a slow decline as far as popularity goes with the audience.
Mhm.
Still a great actor, he just people don't like him, and
Yeah.
then he gets Morbius, and Morbius doesn't do well, and so now everyone's like, "Yo, who is this Jared Leto guy?" Like this guy sucks. Like the SpongeBob character.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy
This
stinks.
guy stinks.
That's what everyone was doing with Jared Leto. But he's still a talented motherfucker. I think people were starting to undermine this guy, and
Yeah.
he did really well with this role. And I remember coming out of the theater, and I looked at my friends. I was like, "So, Jared Leto's cool again?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah."
It's not Morbin time.
Is that what people were saying for Morbius? Morbin time?
Yeah, you remember when they put it back in theaters because it became like this huge like internet meme, and so Sony was like, "Oh, people like Morbius, let's put it back in theaters," and it was just like this huge thing.
Idiots. No, I don't remember that actually. I didn't go see it.
Yeah,
I didn't go see it.
you never saw it either of the times it was released.
No,
I did. I
I,
wish I didn't, but I did.
I heard it was bad, and I just like same with the last Spider-Man
Craven?
spinoff. Craven, I didn't see either,
I
and
kind of liked Craven.
and I saw some janky special effects on Craven the other day,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, and then what's the Madam Web?
Uh,
Right? I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I was like, if I stop going to see these, and maybe if we all stop going to see these, maybe they'll stop making them.
oh, they said they will after
Yeah.
Madam Web, but Craven was already happening, so it came out. But they were like, "We're done. It's
Yeah.
not happening anymore."
It's bold. Honestly, not bold, but smart move. And that's how I feel about Fast and Furious movies too. Like
Apparently, the second part to the last movie may not happen anymore. They're like having issues or something.
Good. We don't need anyone. Kill it. Pull the plug. And I've been telling these people, I've been telling everybody for years. So it's like, if we just all stop going to see them, they'll stop making them. You know.
It's like
Same with Disney live actions.
it's like South Park with Tyler Perry and Medea.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, exactly.
When Medea shows up to town and Tolkien just keeps laughing at everything he does and gives her money or gives Tyler Perry money.
Yeah.
And they're like, God damn it, Tolkien, stop giving Tyler Perry money. If you stop giving him money, he'll go away.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's exactly the same way. Yeah, it's funny. But and I think the only reason the Fast and Furious movies still got this far is because of car guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta know that the people that love the Fast and Furious franchise, they're not film buffs. They're car guys.
Well, the guys I know that like them aren't film buffs for sure. But I don't even know if I'd say they're car guys. They're just guys that like dumb movies. Because car
They're just dumb
guys
guys.
like cars. And they like the first two Fast and Furious movies. And they're like, I kind of wish it would just go back to street racing.
Yeah. Yeah. True. But that was my theory, anyways. It's just car guys that go to see them.
Yeah, I think it's car guys, and I think it's just dumb guys.
Car guys and
And
dumb guys.
And secretly,
Those
gay
don't
guys that
always
like Vin
equate to
Diesel.
one another, people. We're not saying car guys are dumb. We're not, you know.
No.
Sometimes, maybe sometimes.
There's just an
you know?
overlap of cars,
Yeah.
car guys, and dumb guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone has an overlap of dumb guys.
That's true. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you are. There's dumb people in your group.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, we'll move on from fun facts. I wanted to get my piece in about Jared Leto. I still like Jared Leto, regardless of him being weird.
I never hated him. I
Um,
thought he's kind of weird at times, but I never hated the guy.
And I never blamed him for the roles he was getting. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
make Jared Leto cool again.
Morbid time. No, it's not morbid time. It's I don't know. You need to come up with a cool thing for Aries.
Aaron time. Let's move into suggestions then.
All right. I have some suggestions. I think one, if not all of them, are also going to be ones you would suggest. But first one right off the bat, obviously, The Matrix.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
You didn't think of that? That's the one I thought you would pick.
No, I was literally, before we started the podcast, I was telling Natalie, I was like, yeah, I need some movie recommendations for Tron, and I was like, I can't think of anything right now. And I pulled up a bunch of others, and Matrix wasn't one of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Matrix, obviously, people are living inside of a simulation.
Yeah, that's fair. Matrix, that's a good one.
Other one, Ready Player One.
Nice. That one I did
Actually,
have. That
people
one I did
playing
have.
games. Yeah, makes sense to go into the virtual world. Terminator,
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, that's fair.
With robots,
Yep.
artificial intelligence, and also in the last movie, like they kind of flipped, right? So in Tron Legacy, Blue is created by Kevin Flynn,
Mhm.
and then he becomes bad. In this movie, Ares is created by this Dillinger guy, I forget his first name, and he flips and becomes good. So it's like Terminator, bad, good in the second one.
Right.
You know?
And also too, I thought this was, I was pointing at you because I thought you were going to say this, but the scene where Eve knocks off Athena off her bike with her bike, she like throws her bike at her, and then she's at the bottom, and then she starts running after her. I was like, it's like Terminator. I leaned at Natalie. I was like, it's like Terminator, and she was like running like, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then actually, fourth one I came up with is Companion, another movie that deals with AI. Yeah.
Is that the one with Johnny Depp?
No, with what can't I remember his name? Jack Quaid and Sophie.
Oh, I haven't seen this movie. I want to watch it though.
Good movie. You should watch it.
I've been meaning to watch it. It's on my list.
Honestly, I can't believe I don't own it already.
Oh, I want to watch
that's a
this.
good movie.
All right, don't tell me anything about it.
I'm not telling you anything. Watch it.
I want to go
AI,
watch it.
that's all you know. But yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's all my suggestions.
Cool. Cool. Well, you took one of mine when one of mine was Ready Player One. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that don't like Ready Player One as a movie. There's a lot of people that love the book but don't like the movie. A lot of people that just don't like the movie at all and haven't even read the book. But I like Ready Player One. I think the book is dope and the movie's dope, and I understand why they
Agreed.
changed a lot of things for the movie to reach a more widespread audience, because I feel like the book had a lot of references to like D&D and stuff like that, and you know, people just recently started really getting into D&D because of
Yeah.
what's that show called?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. There you go. So I understand why they changed everything, and I like Ready Player One a lot. And I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of movie people, say that it's just like nostalgia bait. You know, like it's just
I mean,
it's just there so people could do the Leonardo DiCaprio thing and do the pointing. You know.
Yeah.
But I like it.
yeah, it's cool.
But since you took Ready Player One, I'll do Ex Machina. I love Ex Machina. It's about AI. It's probably, I think, the first movie
Robots.
to really start warning us about our modern technology and our use of AI. It was before we started really, before AI became a hot word. Is that the term?
Like a trigger word?
No, we've done this before. It's like a
hotkey.
No, yeah, we've had the same discussion before because I always brain fart on this terminology, but it's like a buzzer word, I guess. I don't know the term. There's a term for it, but it's like a word that like, so like AI, right? Not everything is fucking AI, but everything is being labeled as AI because it sells, right? It's like it's a hot word, I guess. So that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't think that's the term, but
okay.
But Ex Machina was like the first movie to like kind of really, start pinpointing our societal fears with technology. Our modern societal fears, I should say. And then the next one I had was Wreck-It Ralph.
That's a good one, actually. I like that.
Love Wreck-It Ralph. I have Wreck-It Ralph underwear. I love that he goes to AA meetings and they talk about being a bad guy. I totally relate to that. Just because Zangief is bad guy does not mean he's bad guy. I love it. And the second one's good too. I like the second one too.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple other ones. I actually had Digimon on here for a second.
I love Digimon.
Because I was like, okay, I'll just start suggesting anime because there's a lot more like anime that
I think I
deals
actually
with this
did
kind of
think
stuff.
of Digimon.
Yeah. And then I have Code Lyoko on here. Have you ever heard of Code Lyoko, Eric?
Okay, I remember it. I don't think I ever watched it, but I remember.
Yeah, I think by the time it was on TV, I was actually kind of phasing out of what I thought was kids shows. By the time it came out, so I know for sure you were already way past that. But it was like right at the beginning. I think either of Adult Swim or at the end of Cartoon Network. It was like
okay, it's like before they transitioned.
It was like the transition show. Yeah.
Like it was the cushion.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool. It's about a group of kids who discover a supercomputer, and they have to, what is it? They have to go into like a virtual world to like stop a virus or something. I think. I forget. It's been a long time. Another one, because I gotta suggest anime, Eric. Ever since your coworkers pointed out,
is it Sword Art Online?
It is Sword Art Online, yeah. And this show has been a long time since I watched it. I watched it when it first came out. I thought it was dope when it did first come out, and then everyone went Sword Art Online crazy. Like I feel like it was like, I feel like it was one of the shows that started making anime popular. Like everyone went crazy for this fucking show. They started making spin-offs, and I actually stopped watching it because I was, by the second season, I think I was like, I think I'm done with this.
I remember around that time I saw a meme, and it was like last year everyone was dressed as Sword Art Online at the cons.
Yeah.
And the next year everyone was Attack on Titan characters.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it was Sword Art Online and Attack on Titan that started making anime massive again.
Yeah.
Well, not again, but trying to make it mainstream. But yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It's about a kid who gets trapped in a video game. Pretty much, it's like the technology is like a VR headset where it pretty much you go to sleep and you're pretty much like in a dreamlike simulation that feels real.
Mhm.
And it was like a trap. So like this new game came out, everybody bought it, everybody went into the game, and they all got stuck.
Okay. Speaking
Cool
of
concept.
a book that I listened to, I'm going to suggest because it's like that. It's written by Jason Segel from
Interesting.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's written a few books. I think this book, I haven't read the sequel, but I think there is a sequel to it now. But he wrote some kids' books, which were pretty good. I forget what they're called, but I think it's like a Nightmare or the Nightmare series or something. Those are good, but that's not what I'm suggesting.
Mm.
Otherworld, I think it's called, is the one that he wrote. It's about a computer, like virtual world. So there's a game that's going to be coming out. It's going to be released, and this is all set up, so I'm not spoiling things. The game's coming out and it's virtual or whatever, but there's also the same company for people that are in coma. They put them in this like heaven like simulator thing, so it's like
Okay.
really super peaceful like place. But people in
Start
the
getting
coma
weird.
get bored of it. No, they just get bored because it's just boring. There's not much to do there. It's just the same thing over and over again. But the new game is on like the same server as like the heaven place. And so they start escaping heaven and going to this like video game world where if they die because they're in a coma, they're not going to come back.
That's so funny. That's so cool. I like that concept. It reminded me of that show Upload.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it or did you know of it?
No, it's on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, I watched the first season. It's okay. It's kind of corny, kind of campy, but I like the concept's fun. But yeah, they get kind of bored in there too. But in that show, they don't have that cool video game aspect, but it's on the same server. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I like Jason Segel. I feel like he's a really imaginative dude, and I feel like
He is. That other
He is.
book series he did was really good. It's about dreams and nightmares and stuff.
that's
It's
cool.
for kids, like it's a kid like book series, but it's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like he has a lot more to offer to Hollywood, but and I think that's why he started not like How I Met Your Mother after a while.
Yeah, because it's just redundant. It's the same
Yeah, I
thing.
think he really wanted to like go off and like do other stuff.
Yeah, but the show was so good, it kept going.
It was a pretty good show.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk about Ready Player One since you were talking about it. How people don't like it. I love the book. I like the movie. I don't like it as much as I love the book. I listened to the book probably like 3 times within a year.
It's a good like comfort book, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. I like it a lot. But I think this is how it is for a lot of people that judge movies based off books. Is they're like, it's not the book. It's not the same. It's not like word for word exactly. Like it's never going to be. I don't know why you want
different mediums, bro.
Yeah, you
Like
can't turn this like 1,000-page book into a 2-hour movie. It's just not possible.
exactly. If you really want most of the things that are in the book to transfer to the screen, TV series.
TV series, which I always thought that a TV series, a mini series, and I would think probably animated or like animated and live action kind of thing would work best for Ready Player One.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, the other thing you have to take into account is that Ready Player One references so many things, and they're not going to get permission to use all
of it. Yeah.
So it's the reason why the movie is so different. But the movie, I think, it still has the same core value.
Yeah.
The heart of the
core concept.
The book is in the movie, and that's why it works, and that's why I still like it. And there's things in the movies that's not in the book that I like. Obviously, there's things in the book that aren't in the movie that I like.
Yeah. In the book, it actually gets kind of dark when his Asian homie gets pretty much assassinated.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was crazy.
He was like my favorite character.
Yeah, there's things in the book that when they describe it, I remember thinking like, oh, I would love to see this happen in a movie. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to adapt this, and then it's nowhere in the movie at all.
I also like the ship he
I-
hangs out in the book, like his what do you call it? What the name of his ship is called?
Didn't he call it the Kaylee? Because, or he might have changed it,
I thought it
but
was.
it's the ship from Firefly, and he
Yeah.
named it after the actress in the show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think that's what it was. But yeah,
I think he said he changed the name a few times.
and I
but
like that
I don't-
concept, and the concept of
Yeah.
them like going to school in the virtual
Yeah.
world too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff in the book that's not in the movie.
There
but
is.
I like them both.
Both great.
Anyways,
All right,
I feel like we could talk about that for a while, but
we can.
we should move
We
on.
could probably do a whole episode on Ready Player
We
One.
probably could, yeah. You think they're ever gonna come out with a second movie, Eric?
I hope they say they are, and I hope
They've
they
been
do.
saying ever since the first movie came out, and
Yeah,
haven't
and
seen anything on it.
I'm really curious as to how they do the second one, because the second book, like how it starts, is not where they leave off in the movie. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
True. But anyways, let's move on to the bucket pool movie.
Bucket Pool. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes. Last week we pulled a movie from Eric's goblet, Mind Flayer goblet, where he drinks the blood of his enemies from. And we pulled out Creature from the Black Lagoon. And it is from 1954. Yeah, it's pretty old for you people, you mainstream audiences. I know you guys don't like to watch old movies, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm being an asshole, but it's directed by.
They deserve to be judged.
It's directed by Jack Arnold. It's written by Harry Essex, Arthur A. Ross, Maurice Zimm, and it stars Richard Carlson, Julie Adams, and Richard Denning. Tell me what you thought about this movie, Eric.
I liked this movie. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like the movie. It's an older movie, black and white, creature like rubber suit. It's hard to say with older movies like if I'm gonna like it,
Yeah.
because
Sometimes
not
it could be a snooze
so
fest.
used to watching it. Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. The monster was kind of like really weird and creepy at times.
He was.
I remember I was watching it, and like slowly puts his hand in through the tent. I was like, that must have been so like creepy and scary back in the day.
Yeah, I know, right?
But one thing I want to say is it was obviously shot on film.
Yeah.
And you could tell it looks great, even in black and white.
Yeah, it does look amazing.
You can see so much detail.
Feels like you could touch it.
And that's what I love about film. Like, I would never not sing the praises of film. Film is so awesome. But I was curious because they were doing a lot of underwater scenes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, how did they do this? Because
you looked it up?
cameras back then, yeah.
Yes, because I actually didn't look it up, but I wanted to.
I didn't like get the full like thing of how they did it, but cameras back then obviously were big, and it was obviously on film.
Yeah.
So like, how are they able to do this? And apparently they created it for this movie. Well, at least this version of it, because I'm sure they probably did underwater stuff before.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know, this movie was actually shot in 3D.
What?
So it wasn't just one camera, it was two cameras that they were using. And so
that's crazy.
It was a very 3D heavy week for me, because I watched Tron Legacy in 3D, Ares in 3D, and Black Lagoon in 3D.
You watched it in 3D? How'd you watch it in 3D?
Because we have a 3D TV,
Oh,
Josh.
yeah. Wow.
Unfortunately, you have to
fancy.
do it in simulated 3D and not actual 3D, so
Right.
it's not as good.
Yeah.
But still, I wanted to get as close to the real thing as I could.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was shot 3D. I didn't know 3D movies were that old.
I didn't know that it was in 3D either until I was like, I'm curious about how they did this underwater scene.
Yeah.
And so they made a lightweight apparatus, I guess, something for the cameras. Like, it was two cameras, two 35 millimeter cameras in this thing that they put underwater to film. So I don't know how they made that work. they said it's lightweight, but I can't imagine two 35 millimeter cameras being lightweight.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had two of them, and so when I found that out, I stopped the movie I was watching upstairs. So like, I need to go watch this in 3D, and I had charged my 3D glasses as I watched Tron Legacy in 3D,
Nice.
and yeah, it was cool.
How are your eyes?
It was cool to watch.
How are your eyes after all the 3D stuff?
They're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I was really curious as to how they did. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, "There's no way they had underwater cameras back then." I was like, "Oh, maybe they did." And I was like, "How they do that though on film?" You know?
Yeah,
And
I stopped looking into it when I realized it was in 3D. I need to get over to 3D.
I was like, maybe they had like a glass case or something because they weren't going
I'm
super deep in the
assuming it's
water.
glass or plastic, something
Yeah,
that covered the whole camera.
yeah.
But
I-
that's crazy.
I did find out because Natalie was like, "This looks like Florida." She's like, "That's." She was watching it. She's like, "That's not Brazil." She's like, "That's Florida." She's like, "That's the Springs." And I was like, "You're probably right, yo." And I looked it up. Sure enough,
Yeah.
it was filmed in different locations in different springs here in Florida.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was also curious about the backgrounds. So a couple times around when they're on the boats and they're moving, like
Yeah.
it looks like they're in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not a green screen because I don't think that
Probably
was
a
a thing then.
projector.
And that's what it was. It was a projector,
Yeah.
which I wasn't sure if that would work because I would assume with projecting a moving image like that, it would kind of like mess up the lighting. So I don't know
Yeah.
how that works exactly. But
as long as the light isn't shining into the camera, it works.
yeah.
Okay. They used to do that with a lot of old movies, like when they're driving.
Yeah.
They projector on the background. Yeah. But yeah, I really like this movie. And it's funny. I actually wrote a review on it on Letterboxd.
Oh, nice.
If you guys want to follow me on Letterboxd, Josh the Animator. That's my username. I don't review often, but every now I decided I'm not gonna leave serious reviews on Letterboxd anymore. Nobody reads them. It's just for me to like jerk off to myself. So I'm just I'm just gonna leave funny reviews now. And Creature of the Black Lagoon, I gave it a rating on Letterboxd, and then I said the creature just wanted some swamp ass.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And I thought Julie Adams, is that her name? I thought she was very pretty.
She was very pretty.
Yeah, I was like, I get it, Swamp,
Yeah.
Mr. Swamp Guy,
Mr. Swamp Guy.
Just Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Swamp. Yeah. I was really curious about the monster's like motives.
Yeah,
Because-
it doesn't really get answered. He just seems like he just really wants the lady.
Well, I don't know if I read this or if they said it in the movie, but they're like, oh, he was curious about these people that were nearby, and so he went in and they got scared and attacked him, and then he just started killing everyone. It's like, I guess maybe. And like, I don't know, like they find the fossilized skeleton of one, right? So I don't know if he like didn't want him to get away with like that information, or he did just want the lady because maybe he didn't have like a female.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I was
Yeah.
really curious as to what his motives were and why he was killing everyone.
He just-
And then he stops them from leaving. He builds that little dam.
yeah. Which also too, I was telling Natalie, I was like, I think men were just more in shape back then. Like there's a part where he goes to like take off like break the dam down, and he just does a full on muscle up onto the boat, and I'm like, okay, fucking gymnast, what the hell?
And calisthenics.
Yeah, for real, yo. I was like, I need to get me on some 1950s fitness.
Yeah, look like Superman.
Also, too, I was
Barrel chested.
I really, yeah, I really like the all the underwater shots, and I was trying to figure out because the creature when he's out of the water, he's like kind of almost dark and black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Underwater, it's dark and black, and yet he appears to be like almost white. And I was like, I bet you they had two different suits.
They probably would have to.
I bet you one suit was light so that it would capture the light better, and he would be in contrast to the background. And then they had the
Mhm.
darker suit for up top because up top it was actually a lot lighter, and he would be in contrast from the background as well. So you better see his silhouette and his,
Yeah,
figure better.
makes sense.
And sure enough, right now I was just scrolling through these facts right here, and it says 2 different stuntmen were used to portray the creature, and therefore 2 different suits were used in the movie. One was in the water, and he wore a lighter suit, and the other one was out of the water, wore a darker suit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
As I was saying, he looked like really creepy. That one scene where they had captured him, he was like in the water, and he was just,
Yeah, that was very creepy.
Just
That Natalie and I were both like, ugh. He was like, and he like doesn't close his
He's, like,
eyes ever,
staring at
so
her.
he's like,
yeah, like does it have eyelids?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I also think I didn't look into this, but I also think the whole shape of him, like the big spine he has, so he could hold the oxygen tank in the back.
That
Like
makes
whoever's wearing the
sense,
suit,
yeah.
probably there's an oxygen tank in the back, and then the face and the head are like kind of big. He's wearing a breathing apparatus, and then they probably just have like some kind of like mesh or whatever to block the mouth so you don't see inside.
Yeah.
And that's why the face doesn't move at all. He's just like this
Yeah.
the whole time,
I did like in one of the like underwater fight scenes, he like spins around like a crocodile.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
yeah. And there's a bunch of alligators in the beginning too. That was cool.
Yeah.
There's a part where Natalie started just dying laughing out of nowhere. So we started watching the movie and we were eating dinner, and I was looking down at my food, and out of nowhere Natalie just starts dying laughing, and I'm like, whoa, what happened? And so she rewinds it, and there's a part where the girl's standing close to the edge of the water when they first like show up. She's standing close to the edge of the water, and that hand comes out of the water.
Yeah.
And then the guys are like, "Where's what's her face at?" And they like go look for her, and then the creature pulls his hand back. But during that time, the music's playing, right? It's like coming out of the water, and the music's like building up the tension. And then when the guys go find her, it almost sounds like someone hit the dude with the trumpet. Like in Shrek, where the guy's like going off, and he's like, he like hits him. It's like,
Yeah.
So there's a part where he's coming out the hand, and then like the you hear the trumpet like, and he kind of like fades away. I don't know why that made Natalie just like cackle, like she was just like losing it. When we rewinded, I was expecting to see something like really funny, and it was kind of funny, but it wasn't like that funny.
Yeah.
But I do like that part in Shrek.
Yeah.
And he hits him. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Creature of the Black Lagoon? Or Creature from the Black Lagoon? Sorry.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. No, not really. I liked it. It was fun.
Is Swamp Thing the same thing? Same creature? Or is that a different?
No.
Totally different creature?
Swamp Thing is DC.
Oh.
And Marvel has Man Thing, which is basically the same thing, but different.
All these fucking things.
Yeah, Swamp Thing is actually pretty interesting. I think you would like his stories if you look into them. Very psychedelic and spiritual in a way.
Interesting. And was Swamp Thing a thing before Creature from the Black Lagoon, or was it, what came first?
That I don't know. I would assume it's after, but I don't know.
First underwater 3D. I just looking at the preview right now. Interesting. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I did not know it was in 3D.
Yeah, I had to like get these freaking 3D glasses to charge, and they weren't charging at first, so I was really scared. But they weren't going to work, and I couldn't watch 3D movies anymore, which I haven't watched one in a while. Yeah, I was trying to watch Tron Legacy in 3D, and PS5 doesn't play 3D movies. The PS4 does, but I don't have my 3D Blu-ray disc anymore because way back in the day, I let Kevin borrow a bunch of my 3D Blu-rays because he had got a or a 3D TV, and he never gave them back. So now they're with him in Texas,
Wow.
and I don't even know if he has a 3D TV anymore.
He probably got rid of it. It's funny. Anyways, you want to move on to the bucket pool?
Yes, let's pull something from.
The
We should
chalice.
probably give this guy a name. Squidward?
Squidward. Yeah, Squidward works. Looks like he's
All right.
Squidward. I'm Squidward. We're all Squidward. All right,
let's see
drum
what
roll,
we get.
please.
The original Halloween, 1978.
Nice. Okay. I've seen the movie a
All right.
lot, so I'm not that. So I'm not.
I've seen it, I think, like twice, but yeah, I'm not super like, yeah, but
Woo!
that's a good movie.
It is Halloween
Jamie Lee
themed.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Won't say no to her.
Cool. I like that movie.
Speaking
We can
of
just talk
her,
about it now. I'm just kidding.
yeah. Speaking of Jamie Lee Curtis, do you see people going crazy over here after her posting that little promo she did for Freaky Year Friday?
I was like, where have y'all been, bro? Where have y'all been? Jamie Lee Curtis had the fun bags. She had had the bazooka bubble gums.
Yeah, like I've known that not because I even knew who she was or even what she looked like, but because they reference it in Scream.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. What's his face? What's his name again?
Matthew Lillard, Stu, in the movie.
No, I was thinking of Jimmy Kennedy. Jimmy Kennedy.
Yeah.
Does he talk about it?
Well, he talks about her being the Scream
The
Queen.
Scream Queen.
But
Oh, right. Then
Matthew Lillard says because she has those lungs,
Yeah.
and apparently it's a reference to her breast, which I
That's
didn't
right.
understand. But the girl says that's he's referring to.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
Love Scream.
Me too. Great movie.
I love the part where Jamie Kennedy's yelling at Jamie Lee Curtis, and he's like, "Behind you, Jamie!
Behind you!"
Literally, Jamie behind Jamie.
Those faces behind him.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's cool. Woo!
Woo. So first off, because it kind of ties to other things we were talking about in the episode, I watched while I was editing last one, AI.
Oh, nice. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Good movie, Stanley Kubrick movie. Well, sort of. Steven Spielberg directed it, but
yeah.
Kubrick and him kind of worked on together. They fought over who should direct it, and then unfortunately Kubrick passed away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did Robert Zemeckis have a hand in that too, or no? Am I tripping?
He might have. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Makes sense.
But yeah, Pinocchio movie, pretty cool.
Yeah. The Blue Fairy.
Yeah.
Robin Williams does the voice of, I forget what they call him in the movie, but basically Einstein.
That's a good movie. I remember seeing it as a kid and thinking it was so like ethereal. Like it was just so like,
Yeah.
I felt like there was so much going on that I didn't completely understand, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like I watched that movie before I actually watched Pinocchio, you know. And then as I got older, I would always like mix that movie up with what's that one Robin Williams movie where he's like
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, I'd always mix them
That's a
up
good
for some
one.
reason. But yeah, I remember always like wanting to like rewatch it just because like I felt like it, to me, I had watched it when I was a kid and it was so ethereal. It felt like it was like a part of a dream that I had, you know. So
Yeah,
throughout my
it
life,
kind of does feel that way.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
What else you been watching?
What else have I been watching? Watched both other Tron movies.
Nice.
Love those movies. Don't really need to talk about them because we've been talking about them already. Yeah, other than that, just been watching what we've been doing. So Tron and Black Lagoon, 3D'ing it up. You know?
Nice. Yeah, I haven't been watching much. I watched, Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I watched Kaiju number 8. The second season's kind of been out now for a second, and I haven't really been watching it, so we're trying to catch up. And then actually, I watched the first episode of the Ed Gein story, Monster.
I did too, actually. Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good.
Yeah. Dude's creepy.
Yeah, I'm pretty savvy with my serial killers just because I like true crime. So it's really cute.
And it's also the base of so many
A
like
lot.
movie killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw.
And then a Psycho.
Yep.
Yeah, it list goes on, but he's a weirdo for sure, and yeah, and I don't know, I can go down a rabbit hole about the psyche of him and how he was just kind of like a melting pot of different weird factors that I think
Yeah.
ultimately contributed to him being extra weird, but
Right.
and I don't know, that's just to me that's kind of sad sometimes, just because like I feel
It is.
you know what I mean? It could be stopped. It could be stopped early on if you just raised children correctly and gave them love. They wouldn't turn out to be so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to final thoughts, Eric, because we are deep in this episode.
Yeah, we are. Final thoughts. I have thoughts. Let's see what I got here. So what do you think Kevin Flynn is in the original Grid when Ares visits him? Because I don't know if he's actually Kevin Flynn, because we don't know if anything happened to him after the fact. If he is just another like version of Clue,
yeah,
or is he like some kind of like remnant, some kind of like file left over from when he first visited
yeah,
the Grid?
and that's why I was confused because like he was in the new Grid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the old Grid, right? So like it wouldn't make sense for him to be in the old Grid.
Yeah.
It would make sense if they went to the newer Grid and he was there. So that's why I was like, I thought they were the same Grid, but I guess they're not. So
Yeah, it's all different grids.
now
Yeah, so there's the 82 Grid, the Legacy Grid, and the Ares/Dillinger Grid.
And now leaves the question as to why there isn't even some kind of remnants of him in there. Because in the first movie, he just kind of gets beamed up, like, peace out.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
what I was thinking is with computers, like if it were to crash or something, like
backup memory.
it tries to like save a backup, like, so maybe even though he left, like it saved like some kind of like copy like of him,
some kind of cloud version of him or something.
Yeah. But if that's the case, why is he old?
Yeah,
because he's even older than the guy.
The de-aging sucked the first time, Eric. That's why. No, I remember that movie first came out. The de-aging was like, whoa! We were all like, whoa! They did it.
Yeah.
And now you go back
He's gotten better.
Now you go back and you watch and you're like, oh man, he looks like uncanny. Like
yeah,
a little plasticky.
Also, you were saying that it was disqualified for the Oscar.
Yeah.
I think Avatar had just come out the year before Legacy was released, and Zoe Saldana was also, I don't think she was disqualified, but they didn't nominate her because of the computer animation and everything that was done over her face.
Like she wasn't acting.
Like they're like, nah, like you're enhanced because you have all the, like, they're animating you to look that way. You didn't really do it.
That's
like,
crazy.
She did, she did great in that film. I don't know if she deserves.
It's almost like saying voice actors aren't like real actors,
Right? Yeah. I think she did a lot of work, and I think she should have at least got a nomination for it. But
yeah, she killed it.
But the people are afraid of technology.
Yeah,
and it's cool that some of these filmmakers aren't afraid to push the boundaries.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What else do I have here? Oh, Sark. Sark from the first movie. He's the guy who's like talking to Master Control the whole time.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, Dillinger Duty, Evan Peters' character, when he gets put into the grid, the little disc comes up. You could tell that it's freaking frisbee from the first one, from the first grid, and he grabs it, and then like the light comes over him, and he looks like Sark.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He even does like the same like pose as him.
Yeah,
That
was sweet.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Blue and Ares. Like I said, they both in a way disobeyed like their creators, but
their directive.
One went bad, the other went good. First off, with the colors, Ares, when he becomes good and he gets the permanence code, he comes back. His light is white, which, as I said before, pretty much only was represented by the ISOs.
Yeah.
So is he now like an ISO?
I guess so, in a way. Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, now he's like actually alive. You know, like a real human being. I guess in a way, human being. You know.
And would that be why Hora didn't like disintegrate when she came into the real world?
Yeah, I think he already had the code, right? They had the code was already in Flynn already had the code.
Flynn's disc.
Right. So
yeah.
So it would make sense for her to be able to come out and just be alive, you know.
So if that's the case, did Sam, Flynn, and Cora put that source code in the old grid and give it to that version of Kevin that we saw?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was confused, because it would make sense if it was the same grid. It would make sense for Jeff Bridges to be there. It would make sense for the source code to be there. But it doesn't make sense for if they're all different grids. Unless somehow his old grid is still connected with the new grid, and like there's remnants from the new grid being leaked into the old grid. That's all. Well, to me, that's the only way it makes sense.
It could be, and this is another thing I thought was weird, because he gets downloaded like right into the grid at NCOM. But then he comes out at Flynn's old arcade.
Yeah.
But Flynn's arcade was like its own thing. I don't think it was connected to anything. So how did he go from there to there?
That's what I'm saying, Eric. That's what I'm saying. I think it's connected somehow. Like I don't.
There's plot holes, but also Flynn's thing at his arcade. There's two servers, and one has the old grid, and the other has the legacy grid.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're connected there, but they are there. They're both there.
Maybe there's some kind of wire
I
between
do like
them
that
or something.
Yeah. I do like that they went into the old grid, because I like the 80s.
Yeah, I thought that was super cool
aesthetic, and they had the hole in the wall that was made from when he visited. So it was cool to see everything. They brought back the bit, which was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just some plot holes.
Yeah.
And also, when I saw Tron Legacy, there were some things that were kind of like, I don't know if they went into it looking like trying to do this, but it reminded me a lot of religion and Christianity, because Kevin Flynn is the creator. He made all these programs and stuff. He makes a program in his image, which God created us in his image. And then what do? We rebel, disobey him, which is included.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting things. And then the world gets saved when Kevin's son comes to their world and saves them. Only it's a little different, because even though the God character sacrificed himself to save everyone, it's not the son version of him that does it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some parallels there. I think
parallels.
I think a lot of especially American storytelling, it's derivative of Christianity. I think a lot of it is.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. What's it called? I like the I really love that scene with Jeff Bridges and Jared Leto.
Me too.
Especially, I think that's probably my favorite part, actually. Especially when he asks him, what what kind of music he likes, right? And he says Depeche Mode.
Yeah, he likes Depeche
And
Mode.
he's like, why Depeche Mode, right? And he's like, well, some people would say Mozart, he's a really amazing composer. He's able to do this and that or whatever, right? And then as he starts to explain why he would prefer Depeche Mode over Mozart, he just goes, it's hard to put into words. It's just a feeling,
Yeah.
And I think that's how most people feel about their likes and their interests.
Yeah.
You can say this or that till you're blue in the face, but really it's just something that you connect with it
It's
about.
just a preference.
It's just
yeah.
a feeling. And to someone like me, like I like to have meaning and answers, and I like to be able to answer the question why to everything, right? And I think I don't know. Sometimes like that kind of bothers me, but like I understand it. Like I get it.
Yeah.
But I also think sometimes it could be like a little bit like dangerous, like a passive observer type thing, where you're not really like there's no real critical thinking happening. You're just feeling, and
Yeah.
like I feel like art and movies and content, as people would say, as of late,
Mhm.
has is like disregarding meaning and complex storytelling, and instead just going for vibes, and for feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that's why so many people loved Superman. Like
hmm
structurally, it's not the best, I don't think. To me, it feels like kind of like a messy throw up roller coaster of a movie that's like coated with what TikTok kids would call hope core nowadays. Everything's a fucking core to them. And but it made people feel hopeful, and it made people feel happy. And
hmm
like is sometimes I think like, is that really like a bad thing? And I don't think so, actually. I think like
Yeah.
I think I think it's okay to have things that just make you feel. I think it's okay to have things that aren't like don't have to answer all the questions, Um I had like a bit of an epiphany the other day, actually. I was I have a friend, more of an acquaintance. I used to work with him, and he does like 3D art and like 3D animation. And recently his stuff has been getting really popular on Instagram and YouTube. And he's got like millions of views. And
Mhm.
personally, I don't understand his stuff, his content. His
Yeah.
I understand where he's pulling from. He pulls a lot from like David Fincher and stuff. And I actually think his stuff is pretty cool. But it's like low poly stuff that has no real meaning to it. It's all just feeling, right? And
Mhm.
I was like, why are people connecting with this so much? I couldn't like figure it out. And I was reading through some of the comments, and someone was like, I don't know what it means, but it makes me feel good, and I like it. Pretty much. That was like pretty much the comment. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, bro. There's no like, nobody's like really having any critical thinking happening. They're just feeling, and it was bothering me. And um I realized that a lot of people, they don't want to be told what to feel. They don't want to even know how to feel. Like they don't want people to tell them how to feel, and they don't even want to understand why they feel. Sometimes they just want to feel.
Mhm.
And I think this movie touches on that exact epiphany that I had, and yeah, it's wanting to feel is just like something that validates your existence, and
Mhm.
that's what it's like to be human. I think, to validate your existence through emotion and feeling and love and hope and whatever else, that those feelings give you some kind of in itself give it a meaning. What are we are you got anything else for final thoughts?
I don't think so. I don't know. What are your thoughts on a possible sequel? Because they definitely set up for more.
Yeah, they did. I kind of wish they didn't set it up. I think it would have been cool if it was just like a one thing, to be quite honest, And
Mm,
I feel like they went all out. Like the budget was budgeting, The
yeah.
chase scene was cool as fuck. The on-site locations shots were cool as fuck. And they had like a pretty much almost like a whole war in the city. Fighter jets came out and everything. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they went all out in this movie, and the next movie they're gonna have to try to top it. So if
Yeah.
if they don't have a full on planetary war with Dillinger's grid, then I don't want it.
Well, he might invade Earth with like his own like army.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I kind of surprised you didn't mention the Akira like motorcycle slide.
Oh yeah, they had an Akira motorcycle slide. Yeah. As soon as it happened, Natalie and I looked at it, we were like, Akira. We like looked at each other like Akira slide.
And also one of my favorite scenes was when they were hacking the NCOM stuff, like the NCOM server or whatever, and they like Jared Leto's character and his other teammates go in and they fight all the, I guess, NCOM programs, like security programs. I thought that was pretty cool. It was a cool scene. And
yeah, it was cool.
Cal Kestis, I don't know if it's his character's name in the movie.
Yo, why was
or
he
the
even
actor's
in
name.
this movie?
Right? Yeah.
Like he's a really good actor, and he just shows up and goes, dies.
Yeah.
I almost forgot he was in it.
Yeah, it was cool to see him.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of him. 'cause
Agreed.
He's a good actor.
Agreed. Yeah, I almost forgot that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cool to see him. I do wish he had more of a part, but
Same.
I was gonna say too. I thought it was cool, like all the names and stuff, like Eve, right? Like Adam and Eve. The first thing she makes is a tree with fruit.
Yeah.
And then also too, people say the forbidden fruit was like the fruit of knowledge, which I think makes a lot of sense, to be quite honest. But that's another rant.
Yeah.
And then Ares, god of war, Athena, god of war strategy. So that's all pretty cool. I also think it was really cool how they juxtaposed the main protagonist and the main antagonist. First thing he creates is a war machine, and the first thing she creates is a tree. Right, complete opposites.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a nice little touch.
Yeah.
A lot of little details.
Also, yeah, very much so. Like I said, all the Easter eggs and stuff. But we didn't talk about what's her face, Evan Peters' mom.
Oh yeah.
I'm forgetting her name, but she was in X-Files. She's
Yeah.
a great actress. I was not expecting to see her in this. It was cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was her from X-Files. And then I
Yeah.
saw an interview with her, and she's like, "Yeah, in X-Files." I was like, "Oh snap, that was you." Yeah. Gillian Anderson, that's her name.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did good. Everyone did a great job. I like this movie.
Yeah. It was a good movie. I honestly was surprised that I liked it as much as I did. And I'm excited to go take the kids to go see it because and I was telling Natalie this too. I was like, I would have been really mad if this was like shit, you know what I mean? Because Ari's just got into, you know what I mean? Ari just got into Tron. She was like, Tron's cool. And I was like, yeah, Tron is pretty cool. And it would have really sucked if they put out, this movie and it was ass and then I have to go take her to this shitty movie.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it was
It was good.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
What are we doing for the next episode?
We are going to watch and review The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic.
80s, more 80s. Vampires.
It's my
love it.
it's my girlfriend's favorite movie, so I'm actually gonna bring her on to talk about it. Maybe I'll review it. Maybe she'll just do the fun facts portion of it. Maybe she'll review it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I do think it'd be cool too if she went over like kind of a brief history of how vampires in film have been portrayed and how they are now and how we got to where we are now with vampires, because it's actually pretty
That would
fascinating.
be cool.
So
Yeah.
For Halloween and spooky aesthetics, it's the month of October, so why not?
All right.
But yeah. Stay tuned, everybody. Watch the movies we're gonna watch, and then you can show up and talk about it with us.
Yes, do it.
Like, subscribe, and like always, I love you very much. So please don't ever leave me and don't go away.
All right.
All right, love you. Bye.
Let's see it.